Hello, and welcome back. I wanted to give you guys a little update now that a month has passed about what I've been thinking to do next and what I've been doing. First, one of the updates is I've applied to a mentorship that comes with some funding. It's a long stretch. No, only two people get chosen. So it's the mentorship from Blue Ocean Games. The mentor is Mateo, the creator of Pedal Pedal Pedal. It could be a good idea. I found it randomly on Reddit. Mateo has a lot of experience, and the funding would be great to be able to make it a full time endeavor and try it for 1 year. They pay a salary for that year and they provide funding for the game alongside Mateo's help and weekly sessions with him. You can apply just with an idea, not even a prototype or a demo. I said, why not? Why not give it a shot? Because the other option to fund the studio is to find a job which doesn't require that much mental activity so that I can leave that mental space for creating the stuff that we need to make. But as I said, let's see what happens. Applications closed today, actually, on the 11th of March, and we'll see. It doesn't take anything. Try and apply and give it a shot. Who knows? And the other update that I wanted to give today is that for the last month, I've been stuck in tutorial hell. I've even made a story on my Jira board. I made the Jira board with sprints and everything. As you can see, I've made a tutorial hell task. So I'm hoping to escape this one because there's a lot of things to do. Reacquaint with the Godot engine, learn 3D modeling, music production, sound effects, game design. There's a lot of stuff to learn. And I think the best way to learn what I've learned from my previous job, the best way to escape tutorial hell and learn something by actually making something. Learn step by step. When you find a problem, then you look up the solution. Otherwise, you just keep learning stuff and things and acquiring knowledge that doesn't really help because it's not applied as it goes in, it goes out, and in the end, it turns out to be wasted time. I think the best solution for that is like half a month, 2 weeks, 20 days to try a game jam and make something that's unrelated to the actual bigger project that I want to release in the following year. And I found a good game jam for that. It's called Bad Ideas Productions. It's the first one ever made by Johnny Razor. I started actually 10 days ago, so only 20 days left, almost at the half point. The cool thing about this one is that the first 50 games are included in a Steam collection that's going to be released as a standalone game containing these 50 games on Steam, which is cool. At the same time, I was thinking to try to hold myself accountable and post more often to find the motivation. I was thinking of the why for the channel. I found a pretty good reason for me to share the journey, starting basically from zero with all the hiccups, with all the struggles, the failures, maybe the success, all the issues, everything I learn, I plan, how it goes in the end and during the process. Yeah, from A to Z. I think it would be really nice to share this. This is my journey, and we'll see where it leads. If it's a failure, then you can learn from that and what not to do, how to do it better. If it's a success, then it can could be a blueprint for what to do and what can be done right. And it motivates me try and record the journey with everything it encapsulates. The struggles, the good things, the bad things, everything that can be recorded. That's the why for this channel. Honest thing, which I felt in the past month, it's about the fact that a lot of times, instead of actually starting to do the work and figuring stuff out later, I start researching and reading and finding all the whys not to do it. There's a lot of it, especially on Reddit and YouTube, why games fail today. There's so many of them. In last year, 20,000 games released, 54 day. And you got all this AI tech advancing and people laid off who have more time to do it now. It's been on my mind lately, the pessimism and why not to do it, giving up before you even start or give it a true shot. I've done this a lot in the past, and honestly, it's getting tiring to go on with this mentality because it's good to be prepared, to have the facts, to know which genres are more sellable today and what you can do and what's your capacity and how's the market and everything. But if you let all the data and other people's failures, if you let all that cloud your judgment and your mind, like me, you're going to give up before even trying. And then you're going to find excuses not to do it, postpone it. And if you postpone it long enough, you lose it. Honestly, it kinda expires if you let time pass. It could be that you're never going to go back to it and you're never going to find the perfect time, the perfect opportunity. Right now, for example, I'm without a job and I've got no money, not that much energy, to be honest, or motivation to do things. If you let it, all this information, like knowledge, research is going to cloud your judgment and going to become pessimistic and quit before trying. Maybe do a little bit of research or even more extensive research. Just use the information to better yourself and to draft the way forward and not to give up before even trying. Let's put that aside, focus on what you want to do, and let's do it because everything else is fugazi. It's stardust doesn't exist. It's just empty thoughts and excuses to not try and do something for yourself. And I'm trying to apply that to myself. It takes work to make something big or small, and you need the patience, the passion, the discipline, and the motivation to find that your thing that you can keep with you during this marathon of a journey to keep going forward until you have something real. And when you have that, then you get to decide what's the next step. The first, you have to make it. Let's keep working on what's important. Leave the excuses for another day or the why it might work or why it might not work and just do the work. All right, that's it. See you next time. Bye bye.